Hello my hypotheticals, in this video I will be punishing the Nightmares of Mordor, the uruks that betrayed me in my last Shadows of War video. Now, I think I've punished uruks in 3 different ways. One was just blowing their heads up, the second was setting them in a gladiator ring, and the third was shaming them to see which ones would become crazy. So in this one I'm actually going to do gladiator fights, because I think that was the most entertaining to watch. And also, like, I get the most out of it as well, which will allow me to do future assaults and sieges. So I think I'm gonna make separate videos where I watch the gladiator fights between all of these uruks. And now I didn't catch these names. One's like the... Okay, so Ugol Scar Artist, Rex Hoglick the Cruel. And so what I'm gonna do is for these videos, I'm gonna take all of the common uruks and then pit them against each other. And then every time there's a winner, the winner will go up against the next uruk. And they'll eventually climb up to the epic ranks and then the legendary ranks, and the overlord will always be last.
We'll see about that. I will defeat all who face me.
So we got Scoth versus Ugol. So Ugol goes for a spear attack, misses, and then Scoth just lights him up with his own spear. Ugol is able to get a nice daze off while he battles the Caragors. Scoth lets out a roar. Unfortunately, I don't know what the roars do because he can't really summon anything in the fighter pits. Ugol lands a nice hit. I think I'm rooting for Ugol right now. He seems like he's the underdog. Scoth lands a nice hit. Ugol parries. Ugol still needs to worry about the Caragors, but he seems pretty agile. He lands a nice spear attack. Slides past Scoth while Scoth calls for more aid that won't come. Ugol lands a nice backstab. Ooh, nice gladiator move right into the shoulder blade. Scoth going for some chains. Oh, hits Ugol and it's like a one-shot kill. Scoth emerges victorious and moves on to the next round.
Get ready to die. Another victim. Watch out.
So we have Flog versus Scoth. Scoth was the winner of the last round. He immediately dazes Flog, hits him for a decent chunk of health, and goes for a... Ooh, I thought he was going for a shield bash, but instead he picks him up with a spear and slams him on the ground. One of my favorite moves that the uruks do. Flog is dead. Flog was dazed, and then he died due to curse. And Scoth emerges victorious for a second round.
I'm not impressed. Try and give me a real challenge.
Okay, so we've got Scoth versus Crackhorn. Crackhorn does have a Caragor mount plus some archers, which is some pretty good backup in a gladiator fight, honestly. But Scoth isn't having it. He is taking a couple shots with the arrows, but they seem to just be bouncing off of his armor. Scoth must have knocked off Crackhorn of his mount. Scoth is going to finish off said mount by bashing it in the face with a shield. And let's see who he turns his attention to. So Scoth's Caragors immediately attack Crackhorn. Crackhorn's archers seem to be circling around to try to get a few shots off. They're taking out the Caragors, it seems. They do seem to pose the greatest threat to Crackhorn. Both are at a decent amount of health right now. Crackhorn not focusing on the captain right in front of him. Scoth is going to go for a chain hit, lands it, dazes Crackhorn. Oh, but his archers come in to save him for a brief moment. Okay, so Crackhorn had the perfect opportunity to backstab Scoth, instead just decided to pull him over. Okay, interesting viewpoint right there. Crackhorn did land a nice hit on Scoth's back. Scoth unleashes the chains of doom on Crackhorn and emerges victorious for a 3rd time in a row. So Scoth has moved on to the epics, which will make things interesting for sure.
Track, your face is annoying. I really want to slice it off. I'm more than ready for another victory.
Dude, I'm cheering for Scoth. He just seems so cocky. and he's gotten 3 wins, so he deserves it. He immediately lands a chain hit, but Amoog just isn't phased. Amoog stuns him with a roar, kills one of Scoth's Caragors. Very easily, I might add. Scoth waits patiently for Amoog to focus. Amoog goes for a tackle, dodging the Caragor attack. Lands 2 solid punches that didn't seem to do a whole lot of damage. Amoog fights the second Caragor while Scoth waits patiently for Amoog to turn his attention back to him. These Uruks fight mostly with honor, I'll give him that. Scoth pulls Amoog over, giving Amoog the chance to chuck his axes. Twice in a row, Scoth is able to block the second attack. Does Amoog go for a third axe throw? Nope, he's going for another tackle, which counters Scoth's spear attack. Okay. Amoog goes for another stun, axe throw, but Scoth is able to block it. Goes for a flurry of blows here, knocking Scoth down to... Knocking Scoth down to like 10% health, which allows Amoog to just finish him off. We have a new champion.
Now you will taste defeat. Another idiot. I'm always facing idiots here.
Amoog versus Zuka. Zuka is not the war chief from the previous video. That was Zothra. They look very similar. Amoog immediately brings Zuka down to no health with 1 axe throw. Now he's looking at Zuka's band of defenders, just kind of taunting them. Zuka takes out one of his own men. Ooh, a defender knocks Amoog to the ground. Amoog could just finish this right now, but instead he decides to toy with the grunts. Punches a defender. Just chucking people back and forth. Okay, Zuka is just kind of watching the show. I mean, I wouldn't want to get into it if I were him either. He has no health. But Amoog comes in and just finishes him off. So with a Curse Blade, Amoog slits his throat and then rips his head off. Nice touch.
You wish you never met me. Shut up and show me what you can do.
So, Pash is the guy that I believe I decapitated for trying to retreat in the middle of the fight in the previous video. Amoog goes for a nice stun and a hit. I think he's gonna totally own Pash. I cannot see Pash coming up as the winner here. Yeah, Pash just gets dunked on. What a quick fight.
This is where your journey ends.
Could be. Could be, Norsko.
I hope you can entertain me before you die.
Okay. So, Norsko seems to be an acrobat, just flipping over Amoog, which honestly might be a really good counter. Amoog can't seem to hit Norsko. Norsko actually lands a hit right there, it looks like. Amoog misses again. Yeah, if Norsko can just get some distance and chuck some spears. Unfortunately, he gets tackled, and that takes out like 60% of his health. He gets up, tries to check a spear, misses, and Amoog just wrecks him with a flurry.
Time for a clinic on combat. You gonna fight me or talk me to death?
Stakuga versus Amoog. Oh! They go for Mira attacks. Stakuga's the one who's able to land the most hits, though. Amoog goes for a tackle. Will it do as much damage as it did in the last battle? It does a decent amount. I feel like it's whoever goes for the flurry or the axe throw just wins. Stakuga lands the tackle now. It doesn't... well, it does a decent amount of damage. Amug blocks Stakuga's attack, but still takes some damage. He's enraged now, so... Ooh, Stakuga goes for a second hit, not caring that Amug is enraged. And it just didn't matter. Amug came in relentlessly. It just didn't matter to Stakuga. Amug was enraged, and Stakuga was like, man, it doesn't matter. You're done. You're done, Skeets.
Are you an ugly one? I always have to fight the ugly ones. You saving the best for last out there?
Alright, so Zothra the Reaper is up. He was the War Chief in the previous video. We're already at the War Chiefs. Stakuga is taking on Zothra's Karagor, beats it easily. I feel like Stakuga is just a better Amug. They have the same kind of skill set. Oh my goodness, Stakuga's just dunking on all of the grunts. It's just like, yeah, one hit kills, man. Zothra goes for a hit, doesn't really do anything. Stakuga gets a stun, the axe throw bringing him to 50% health. Does he go for... No, he goes for a tackle. Ignoring the grunt behind him, brings Zothra down to very low health. I think Stakuga's got this one. He goes for a flurry, which brings Zothra down to nothing, and then just a little love tap kills him, finishes him off.
I come for you! Be ready! Don't make me wait! Come get some!
Nice, huh? So Urgram was the war chief that was like running into a wall for the longest time in the last video. I had to go back and start a 1v1 against him. Ooh! Urgram does a beautiful combo where he gets Stakuga stuck in a trap, picks him up, punches him, but Stakuga, he's just chucking axes at close range. He doesn't care. He goes for Scream. Unfortunately, the Screams don't really affect the Ola guy all that much. Stabbing them does. Oh, that's a decent chunk of damage from Urgram's club. Another hit. Can Stakuga finish him off? Yes, he does so with a flurry of blows, which seems to be the most effective attack.
Think you're tough? Well, I'm tougher. Who's next on the slaughter parade?
Who do we think's gonna win here? We thought a move was gonna go all the way, but then Stakuga took him out. So maybe Grom finishes it here. Stakuga punches him, doesn't do a whole lot. Grom has already dealt Stakuga a decent chunk of damage. Blocks the axe throw or the scythe throw. They're really like sickles, scythes. I don't really know. Grom is poisoned though. Stakuga goes for the daze and the throw, but it doesn't work again. Instead, going for the tackle, which we've already seen doesn't do a whole lot of damage against Grom. What does Grom decide to do? Okay, well, now they're about... Oh no, Stakuga's hurt a lot more. This might be the end. Yeah, Stakuga, you gotta know that combo doesn't work with Grom. Flurry of blows, though, guys. Flurry of blows. Does another hit on the ground. Stakuga is not an honorable Uruk. Other Uruks would have just waited until he got up, but Stakuga's like, nah, I'm gonna kick him while he's down. Ooh! I haven't seen that move yet. Grom decides to throw up to the side, thinking that it was a good moment to do so, and Stakuga takes advantage of the opportunity and slices him.
Let's teach you a lesson, shall we? You must be eager to die. Eyes up,
Alright, so Nakra versus Stakuga. This is Stakuga's 4th war chief. Takes out one of the Karagors immediately. Nakra waits patiently. Gets dazed, but I get the feeling that he'll... No, he doesn't actually recover in time to block the attack. Takes a decent chunk of damage, but dishes out some to Stakuga. Stakuga deals a flurry of blows, bringing Nakra below 50%, and now down to about 25% due to that little ground hit. Takes the force of a tackle like a champ, though. Knocker gets up and gets into position while Stakuga fights the second Karagor. Nakra decides to open himself up to an attack, only to do a nice combo to Stakuga. But I think it's the end for Nakra. Nakra has like 1% HP. All it takes is one little basic attack from Stakuga, and he is dead. Nakra, what you gonna do? Just run in and get killed. What's the point of having a tower shield if you can't even deflect one little attack? Moving on to the 5th War Chief.
I knock you down and grind you into dust!
I'm getting thirsty over here! Bloodthirsty!
Dude, Stakuga's so cool. I hope he makes it all the way. Goes for a scream, though. It doesn't really work on the Olagai, as we've seen before. Argenic lands a decent cursed hit on Stakuga. Oh, picks him up and is going to launch him across the field. Stakuga, clinging on with 50% health, does a nice little sickle throw. Nice flurry of blows. He uses his 2 best attacks in a scream, which doesn't do anything. Oh, Argenic is real close. Just 1 basic attack, and he's down. See, Stakuga, he hasn't even gotten enraged yet. He kind of toys with people, it looks like. He lets them get him down to about 50%, and then he unleashes the fury within his heart. So we're going to set up the next match here. You'll see that Stakuga's going up against the last war chief. You'll see that there were 2 captains there. They were the bodyguards of the overlord. So I'm counting them kind of as higher ranking war chiefs, even though they didn't actually have the title in the last video. So Stakuga versus Rug the Wicked.
You've had a good run, but it ends here. Come on now, I can do this all day.
He has been doing it all day. He knocks Rug, I almost called him Moog. He knocks Rug off the Karagor, goes right through the grunts, just ignoring all of them. Can't really ignore the Karagor though. He decides to kill that. What's Rug gonna do? He's got a fire weapon, not a cursed weapon like the other war chiefs have had. He is able to block the throw. There's a little power burst, but Stakuga's out of range. Stakuga just kind of keeps kicking Rug while he's down. Lands a decent hit, just completely ignoring the berserkers behind him. Rug goes for an attack, but Stakuga counters. Stakuga lands a decent hit, which ends up killing the berserker instead of Rug. Nice hit, nice dodge. Yeah, I think Stakuga's got it.
Remember who killed you?
Nice taunt right before death. Remember who killed you? Yeah, nicely done. And now, he's going up against one of the bodyguards of the Overlord.
Now let's see if you can get past me. Watch and learn, you globs! Watch and learn!
Can Poog beat Stakuga? So Poog has the decoy trait, which is my favorite trait in the entire game, because I've already lost track of which one's Poog. I imagine the one that the camera's following, but can't know for sure. Because one of the decoys just landed a decent attack on Stakuga. Stakuga goes for a tackle on that one. I think there is a way to tell who's who. I think Poog will have slightly darker armor. So I think he's the one immediately to the right of Stakuga, the one that just landed an attack. Poog and his followers definitely think something's real funny due to their cacophony of laughter. Not due to their cacophony of laughter. The laughter is really due to something they find funny. I can English good. Okay, so Stakuga has one of them down real low. Can't quite tell for sure if that's Poog or not. Stakuga's enraged though, which is the first time we've seen him become enraged. Which means he is serious. but he keeps getting dazed by Poog and his followers. I don't know if he's going to be able to pull off the win, and now that he's poisoned, he might just... Oh, he's recovered from poison. Keeps getting shield bashed. He's taken out 2 of the bodyguards, or the decoys. One of them lands a decent hit on Stakuga. Stakuga goes in, maybe to kill this 3rd one. But he gets shield bashed, and it ends for Stakuga. Poog is our new victor, which is going to make these next fights real interesting.
If you're eager to die, I'll oblige. I was hoping it would be you. Ha! Ha!
Okay, so we've got fire weapons and poison weapons, and for some reason Shaka is being listed as an epic fighter as opposed to legendary. Which, he is legendary, but I don't understand why the orange rings. So we are able to tell the 2 different teams, thankfully, because of that. But I still don't know who's who. This is just such a chaotic fight. It looks like Poog's team is winning, though, as there are only 2 orange fighters left. 2 of Shaka's fighters. One of them being Shaka. Okay, I think it's just Shaka versus Poog and his forces now. Shaka lands a decent hit on one of Poog's men. I couldn't tell if that's actually Poog, because everything's on fire. Shaka's holding his own. I'll give him that. He is poisoned though, so it's not looking great. Nice hit. Is every single bodyguard alive? I don't think so. Or of Poog's, I mean. I think so. I can't remember if they start with 5 or 4. Ooh, and Shaka has his head removed from his body, which is kind of unfortunate because I wanted to resurrect him and keep him. But once you're decapitated, you don't come back. And now all that's left is Poog versus the Overlord, Ogbur.
Looking forward to this like I am. You're the goob I have to kill next. Bye.
I can't tell if Ogbur's weapon is cursed or just normal. I think it's just normal, which is unfortunate. Okay, so now it's like impossible to tell. Okay. I think I've just been an idiot so far. Poog's weapon clearly has the poison on it, so we're able to kind of tell where Poog is, but I don't. And I mean, that captain is enraged. Ogbur's enraged, so we know that that's him. Looks like Ogbur's men are just getting completely dunked on. Someone just exploded in poison. So Ogbur's enraged. He's going to land a couple of decent hits on Poog. Is the Overlord truly the greatest among them? Or will Poog emerge victorious? So another one of Poog's followers dies, but Ogbur is sick. Okay. So it's Poog and one of his bodyguards versus Ogbur. Nice hit from behind. Nice team combos right there. Ogbur might be the stronger, but Poog's teamwork skills are phenomenal. Actually, I think Ogbur is just going to lose. He looks like Poog went for like a sort of shield bash, but it came across as pretty weak. Literally, the poison is going to take its course at this point. I think, yeah, Ogbur just loses, and Poog emerges as the most skilled traitor, which means I will be accepting him back into the fold. As always, thank you for watching.